Devos. Thana, Rage. Okay, this is terrible. Don't do this.
Today, we become legends.
Hey there, my name's Inter. Welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, Nation. Today we're going to be rating some more SMITEFIRE builds. I did a video like this before, maybe like a month ago or so, and you guys really seem to enjoy it actually. The video did well, the feedback was good. I actually got a message from someone at the SMITEFIRE team as well on Discord actually saying that they enjoyed my video, that I wasn't just completely trashing the site, because I don't like to do that. I don't want to just completely trash a site. It's the thing with it being community submitted. Like, some of the builds will be good, some of the builds will be trash, because some people are bad at the game, some people are good at the game. It really depends. And since there is a lot of that variety, it's really interesting to rate some of the builds, because sometimes you go on here and you do find like a gem that's actually done by a very good player and well written, all that kind of stuff, and could actually really help a lot of new players. But then you can also come on here and laugh at some of the terrible builds that are on here, because there definitely are some terrible ones. I'm not trying to say there isn't. But yeah, we're going to rate some more here. I'll probably just rate some more of these top Smite guides. At some point I may have a look at around the site at like other stuff, but for now we're just going to rate some more of the top guides of, I don't know if these are top guides of the month or of the week or something. It says patch 7.12, which I think is the current patch, so let's give these a look. So this says Season 7, all modes, so I'm going to be mostly rating this based on Conquest, because in other modes it doesn't matter as much what you build, and I'm a Conquest player myself, so I'm going to be rating it mostly on that. It's got 1.5 million views. That's kind of insane. Is that right? I feel like that can't be right. What kind of Smite guide has 1.5 million views? That's insane. If that's actually correct, then good for this guy. 9.4 rating, let's have a look at it. Standard Devo start, Hunter's Blessing, Spike Gauntlet, 3 health pots, 1 mana potion. Pretty good. This is how I would build Medusa, except me, I prefer 2 health, 2 multi. It's the exact same in terms of like mana and health restoration overall, but you can double pop the health and the multis to make sure you're regenning like, I think it's 8 health a second or something like that. Oh, it's not 8 health. One health pot is 10 health. I think it's 15 health or something like that. You could be regenning every second. It's a strat that's popular in solo, and I like to do it in ADC as well. That could just be because I'm a solo main and I take those strats over to the ADC role. Maybe ADCs prefer to have like a little bit more mana regen, but it's overall the same amount, not a big deal. Example, Devo's crit build. We got Devo's Ninja Tabi, Fail Not, Wind Demon, Abo, Deathbringer. Not the worst, I don't hate this. They are the crit items I would go for. You can also slide in Rage on characters that don't need as much attack speed. Like, maybe you want Rage here, I don't know, because Medusa has a pretty powerful attack speed steroid. You might be overcapping when you pop the 1, I'm not sure. So this could be Rage, but overall, not too bad of a crit build. I think with the Abo nerf in Season 8, this may change though. I don't think Abo is going to be like the go-to anymore in Season 8. But with Abo being as strong as it is, I would like to see it further up in the build. Either in the slot where Fail Not is or the slot where Wind Demon is, and push the crit back a little bit. I feel like Abo is a really stat-efficient item for the cost, and you want it a bit earlier in your build. But in general, the build's pretty good. Leveling order is perfect. Yeah, I don't think I'd change anything about the leveling order. That's exactly how you want to do it. You want the dash at level 2 so you can be very aggressive. And also like have the ability to be safe as well. Lifesteal options, yep. Exactly the lifesteal options you have on a Hunter. The boots, Ninja Tabi. I'm not a big Medusa player, so I'm not actually sure if Warrior Tabi is a viable option or not, but Ninja Tabi is often good on a Hunter that doesn't have like an amazing attack speed steroid, because Medusa's attack speed steroid is only for a certain number of basic attacks, so you do want to have extra attack speed so that when you don't have that steroid ready, when you've used it up, you still have some attack speed. Consider attack speed options, Berserker Shield. In its current form, I don't recommend this on Hunters, but in the new season, I think it is going to be good on Hunters, because what they're doing in the new season is taking away some of the protection stats and giving it more damage stats, so it's going to be more relevant for ADCs in the new season for sure. Executioner, once again, wouldn't recommend this right now in Season 7, but in Season 8, I think Executioner is going to be a lot better. Abo is classic, Ikavo is good for boxing, Kinside's obviously, Toxic Blade, need anti-heal. Silver Branch is okay on Medusa, because you have the big steroid. I think it's like 100% attack speed or something on Medusa steroid, so yeah, pretty important there. Crit items, he's just listed every crit item in the game, so I guess I can't really complain. Obviously, you want to pick these. I wouldn't really recommend Malice whatsoever. I don't think this should be here. Shadow Steel Shuriken's good for anti-heal if you need it. Poison Star, Wind Demon, kind of interchangeable depending on what you want. Fail Not is one of the better crit items. You obviously want Deathbringer, and I think Rage on Medusa is like pretty good specifically. Relics to consider, don't ever buy Heavenly Wings or Phantom Veil, just buy Beast Aegis. I don't understand why people insist on putting so many relic options. You are buying Beast Aegis every single game, it really doesn't matter. Situational defense items, you don't really want these either. They're incredibly situational. If you're getting absolutely obliterated, you might want a Magi's Cloak. But I don't think you ever want Void Shield or Mantle on a Hunter. Like, maybe Mantle if you're getting, like, completely ruined, but definitely not Void Shield. You typically don't want defense on hunters though. It's like 1% of your games that will warrant actually going defense on a hunter. Example, Kin's build. Perfect. I won't change a thing about this. Actually, no, Silver Branch probably comes after Robo, I think. So switch those two around. You could also switch Abo and Kins, but that's personal preference. Kins gives you a bit more overall damage. Abo gives you the passive. Example, Magical ADC counter build. Okay. I don't see how this is specifically a magical ADC counter build. Ichabod doesn't counter magical ADCs any more than it counters physical ADCs, right? Yeah, that shouldn't really make a difference. I mean, anti-attack speed is good against magical ADCs, but it's still good against physical ADCs anyways. This isn't really specifically an anti-magical build necessarily, but the build itself is pretty good. And he's got a whole bunch of stuff down here, really well-formatted guide. I can see why this has so many views. He's even got little clips and everything as well. Super well-formatted. I'm not going to read through the whole guide because that'll take forever, and I want to rate like a bunch of different builds instead of just spend a bunch of time rating one. And I'm mainly here to like rate the builds, level order, that kind of stuff. But this is a very, very well produced guide. This is a good sort of poster child for SMITEFIRE, I guess, because this one looks very good. It seems like he's quite knowledgeable about the game. I'd make a few changes to the items, but not too many. We have the Bringer of Death, Thanatos Jungle Guide. It seems like SMITEFIRE is a more popular website than I initially thought, because this one has 228,000 views as well. Rated a 10, so even higher than before. I don't know what this anime advert is. I don't know why this is here. I promise you I'm not a weeb. So, normal example build for Thana. We have Warrior Tabby, Jotun's Wrath, Hydras, Void Shield, Relics. Yeah, pretty good. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Jotun's right now. And it's because you can overcap CDR easily, because if you look at this build, you have 20, 10, 10, that's 40. Once you activate your power potion late game, it puts you on 50 and you're overcapping your CDR, which is why I'm not a huge fan of Jones. You have to warp your build a little bit to be able to fit it in. But in Season 8, they are buffing it to 50 power, which makes it more competitive with the high pen items, because right now when you go Jotun's Wrath, you're 40 power 10 pen. If you go something like Crusher or Brawlers, you're 40 power 15 pen. So it kind of equalizes the damage a bit. You know, you got 10 more power on Jotuns versus 5 less pen. It's still going to be less damage, I think. I haven't run the numbers on that. It's still probably going to be less damage, but you get the 20% cooldown, which is probably a more useful effect than Crusher. Obviously, you still got Brawlers in the slot if you need anti-heal. But the build itself is pretty good, other than like the overcapping on CDR, but most people don't really realize that. Power Potion gives 10%, you're going to be overcapping a little bit there. Also, like, a Void Shield is like a main build option I'm not a big fan of. Void Shield should be in like an optional items section. Not like always in your build. I don't think it necessarily needs to be always in your build for a jungler anymore. Yeah, this one on the right is something more like how... I mean, this is stupid. Don't do this. Just replace that with beads, and then this build is something more like I would go at more commonly, I think. You know, it's got the Crusher in place of Jones, which I think is better right now. With Season 8, that could change. Jones could be the go-to with the 50 power, but yeah, you just have like a full damage build instead of going Void Shield and then just Sundering Spear. Don't do that, just get beads. Anti-heal build option. I don't know why this is so different. Like, the anti-heal build example should just be this, but Crusher is replaced with Brawlers, in my opinion. You don't need to go Serrated Edge and Magi's Cloak just because you're going anti-heal. Also, don't buy Curse Tank on a jungler. That's a terrible idea. If you're going to get Curse Tank on anyone, it's going to be your support or your solo laner. You want Beads Blink. Like, if you don't go Beads here, you're just going to get ruined as soon as you get CC'd once. It's way too important to go Beads. Alternate build order. That's fine. I'm not a big fan of Arendite third. I think it should be a little later, but it's not the worst. And once again, you should get Beads. Don't buy Aegis here. You want Beads Blink on junglers 99% of the time. There's some picks that can get away with like no Beads or no Blink. But for the most part, you want Beads Blink. Death Scythe, Soul Reap, Center Death. You can also skip Center Death here and go second point in Death Scythe if you're looking for kill potential. That's actually something I recommend. And then you get Center Death at level 4. Hovering Death. Yep. Rest of the build order looks pretty good. That's how I leveled him. You level Center Death first. Which does make up a little bit for the Jotun's Wrath lack of pen, so maybe that's his thought process here. You level the Thana 2 like a little bit... Well, you level the Thana 2 second. That's how I like to do it. And... yeah, it's going to make up for the lack of pen there, because obviously Crusher has 15, this has 10, so you're going to make up for that a little bit on Thanatos. So I don't hate the Jones quite as much because of that, but I still think it's not amazing. So you have some like matchup stuff here and like a full guide. Not as clean looking as the Medusa one, but still looks pretty good, and he seems to know what he's talking about for the most part. This one's not quite as good as the Medusa one overall. So some of these things, like, you shouldn't be recommending people build Sunder and not beads. That's a terrible idea. I really hope no one's got and bought Sunder beads on their jungler and thought it was a good idea. That's if you want to troll. Like, this is a bit weird as well. But overall, not too bad. Oh, I'm thinking these ratings. I want to give them ratings. I'll give the Medusa one like a 9. The Medusa one was quite good. And I'll give this one a 7.5. This one wasn't quite as good. Okay, so this one's not for a specific god. It's just a Mage Mid / ADC Conquest Builds patch 7.12. Less used on this one, but still has a pretty good rating. Whoa, this is a lot of wall of text. I don't like reading walls of text. Wait, is this a build for every single mage? Okay, I respect the effort, but I'm not going to go over all of these. I'm going to go over like one of them. Yeah, so he's going into a lot of detail here about why you should build certain things. It would take me forever to read this and critique it in the video, so I'm just going to look at like this Agni build, for example. So he has like a few different options here. Chronos Pendant Rush, you go Mage's Blessing, Lost Artifact, 2 health and mana, or... Yeah, don't rush Restored Artifact, that's a bad idea. You want the Mage's Blessing. Overall, I don't like Chronos Pendant Rush builds. I don't think the CDR is giving you as much early on as you think. It's so much less damage than doing something like a flat pen rush build, and it's so much less overall scaling power than going a stacking item like Book of Thoth. With Pendant, it's like I prefer it as a more late game option, not a rush. The overall build, choosing the Magi, Chronos Pendant, Divine Ruin, Soul Reaver. Obviously, you don't main build Divine Ruin, you only build this against anti-heal, but it's easy to just replace this with Spear of Desolation or Spear of the Magus. Reaver, don't buy Charon's Coin. Soul Gem's good. And then you Elixir Speed for Rodder Tahuti. That's fine. I just don't like the Charon's Coin. People are a big fan of this item. I really don't like it whatsoever. It makes no sense to me as an item. It's a percent pen item, so you want to be building it late in the game, but it's also a stacking item, so you want to be building it early in the game. And that kind of conflicts. If you're building it early in your build, you're wasting the percent pen. If you're building it late in your build, you're wasting the stacking aspects. This late in the build, Shard is just a better option. Shard gives you more pen and also comes online immediately, doesn't require any kind of stacking. As soon as you buy Shard, you've got the full power, and that late in the game, when you're at like your 4th or 5th item, team fights are going to be happening, and you're going to really need your power as quick as you can possibly get your power, and if you're buying Charon's Coin instead of Shard, it could be the difference between losing and winning a fight. Not a big fan of this item, but other than that, the build is okay. Yeah, he does say down here, Divine Ruin could be swapped for Spirit of the Magus, so yeah. It's a bit weird that he's done it that way around. I would have put Spirit of the Magus in the main build and then said you can get Divine Ruin if you want against healers, but it is what it is. The same information is there, it's just a bit of a weird way of formatting it. We have the double flat pen build, which I'm a big fan of. I like the double flat pen builds. I'm a big fan of penetration. Don't clip that out of context, boys. But I like penetration a lot because it's so much damage early on. You don't understand how much damage pen is giving you. Like, you see a big power number, you know that's going to be doing a lot of damage. You see a big pen number, people don't really take into account how much that's giving you. So we're going to choose the Magi, Divine Ruin, which once again, you'll obviously replace if you need. Spirit of the Magus is really good on Agni. Reaver, this will be Shard once again. I don't like Charon's Coin. And then selling for Pendant, that's totally fine. You can also go Tahuti in place of the Pendant, I think. Yeah, he says that down here. Chronos Pendant for Rodder Tahuti is fine. And then the Divine Ruin can be swapped for either Spirit of the Magus or Spirit of Desolation if you're not against a healer. So yeah, this is my preferred build for mages. I like having the like early damage that pen rush builds off of you. And then there's a Bancross rush build, which... on Agni, I don't think a Bancross Rush build is good. It's good on some characters. I like it on Hebo, I like it on Scylla. Obviously, I like it on Anubis. But on most mages, I don't like it as much. But the build itself, I don't know why you're going Shoes of Focus. Like, you go Shoes of the Magi in these normal builds, but then drops the Lifesteal boots in a Lifesteal build. Unless maybe he's overcapping? But I don't think he's overcapping. No, he's not overcapping lifesteal, so he should be going lifesteal boots here because they just give him extra power with Typhons and extra lifesteal and stuff. Should probably be lifesteal boots there. But yeah, once again, swap the Charon's Coin for Orb Shard. I'm not a big fan of Charon's Coin. Elixir Speed for Soul Gem is fine. Yeah, build overall is okay, but I'm not a big fan of Bancross rush builds. So yeah, this is obviously like a guide that he's taken a lot of time into putting together, considering... Let me scroll down. Yeah, I think there's a build for every single mage here. Obviously, it's a generic build that he's going to be tailoring to each mage, but still a lot of effort to put together. I appreciate the effort this guy's put in. And the builds themselves, because I'm not really rating it on like the effort he's put in or like the formatting or anything, the builds themselves, I would say are like a 7 out of 10. They'll get you by, but I think they can definitely do with some optimization. Like, the Bancross build wasn't amazing. The Chronos Pendant Rush is his, like, main recommended build. I don't know about that. And the Karen's coin, I think, should just be Obsidian Shard all the time. So maybe I'll give him like a 7.5. Okay, we got a Merlin build here. We did just rate some Mage builds, so I'll try and go over this one a little more quickly because a lot of what I just said about the Agni build will probably apply to Merlin as well. Mage builds are typically quite homogenous. You can take a build from one mage and put it on another mage relatively easily, except for the ones that specifically build different, like Anubis or whatever. CDR start. You have Mage's Blessing. Yeah, he's rushing Chronos Pendant there. 3 mana, 2 health. I would go 3 health, 2 mana, or maybe even like 3 health, 2 multi. I know Merlin has mana issues sometimes, and that's probably why he has 3 mana pots, but that's so many mana pots. If you get like blinked on by the jungler early, having only 500 health of pots is going to be rough for you, and you're going to be forced back early. I prefer more health pots. Once again, on his penetration start, I would flip this 2 health, 1 mana. I don't think you need mana pots so much. That's a big mistake a lot of new players make. Maybe I'm biased coming from solo in here, but people overrate mana sustain. Just be careful with your mana and buy more health sustain than mana sustain, and you'll do a lot better. CDR build, focus, pendant. I do like the pendant rush build a little bit better on Merlin because I think he uses CDR better than someone like Agni. We have Spear of the Magus. Is this the same guy? Everyone seems to like Karen's coin. I really don't like it. I think Shard is better. He's used Shard in his other builds by the looks of it. I don't know why specifically he goes Karen's coin in a pendant build, but then Shard in like all his other builds. Don't really know why that's the case. Pendant shouldn't affect what percent pen item you go whatsoever. But yeah, Reaver, one of the best items for Merlin and just in general a really good mage item. It's getting nerfed in Season 8, taking the 10% pen off of it, and that's going to be a huge nerf. I think it may fall out of mage builds because of that, but as it is right now, busted item that's really good at dealing with tanks. Spirit of the Magus is good on Merlin. You apply it very easily. Rod Tahuti, good. Going to get buffed in Season 8. They're taking the 10% pen from Reaver and putting it onto Tahuti. So I think Tahuti is going to be a main build for basically every single mage in the new season. Soul Reaver is probably going to fall out of the build, I think. CDR is perfect. You have 30%, so your Blessing will cover your final 10%, and then by the time you sell your Blessing and get Power Potion will replace your Blessing's final 10%, so you'll still be at 40. We have Penetration build. This is what I prefer to go on a lot of mages, the Doom Mob Rush. Like that Agni example build before, didn't even mention Doom Mob. I think Doom Mob's very strong right now and should probably be your go-to option if you're not doing like a flat pen rush. So you got Choose a Focus, Doom Mob, Sphere of the Magus, Divine Ruin, Reaver Shard. So the one thing I don't like about this build is it is lacking CDR. I know I said I don't like Pendant Rush, but I think Pendant later on in this build, like maybe skip one of the pen options. Just go like Boots, Doom Mob, Pen, Reaver, and then like either Pendant or Shard, like in either order, depending on what you need in the current game. I think that would be better, because this does lack a little bit of CDR, and Merlin really does need CDR a lot. But other than that, build is very good. Reaver Shard is the go-to combo for tanks. You have your flat pen, you have big power item. That's kind of what you need on a mage. You need big power item, flat pen, tank items, which is Obsidian Shard and Soul Reaver, and then the rest of your build can kind of flex into whatever you want. You can get a Pendant, you can get a Tahuti, you can get a second flat pen, you can kind of get what you want there. You get Soul Gem. There's a lot of flexibility outside of like those core 4 items, really. And then he has physical dive counter. I think Breastplate on Merlin is okay. He's not amazingly safe. Once you burn the blink, he can get dived on quite easily. And once again, 20% CDR plus some mana is going to be especially good for Merlin. So he's one of the few mages I actually don't mind going like a Breastplate on, because he still has insane damage output even with a Breastplate, because Merlin's damage output is higher than most mages typically. Relic Speed Aegis, good. He's not one of those guys that says, oh, sometimes you can build Sprint, sometimes you can build Sunder, and it can be really good in 1,000 games. I don't understand people who do that. Like, you realize a new player is going to be reading your guide, right? And you're going to tell them to build Sunder, and then they're actually going to build Sunder. It's not a good idea. Just beat Aegis. Okay, this one's like a Nox one, and we've done so many mage builds. I'm going to like find something else. What is this newest build, guys? Let's have a look at these. Alright, so we have one here. I'm not sure if this is Season 8 or not, but it is like recently updated. Bologna, one of my favourite gods, so I can critique this one pretty well. I'm gonna have to blur this ad that's here because I've been searching up houses. I'm currently in an apartment at my university accommodation, because I'm at uni right now, but once I'm done with uni, I'm going to be looking to get my own house, and I've been looking up that kind of stuff, and it's got my home address from places that I've been looking at. So we're gonna have to cover up that ad. So we have, oh, this is cool. You can like choose. I didn't know they had that kind of functionality. Let's do both. So the jungle build, Assassin's Blessing, Katana, 3 health pots, and Blink. Pretty fine. You could also go multi-pots if you feel you're lacking mana sustain, but Bologna typically doesn't need too much mana. Golden Blade, I don't really know Bologna jungle whatsoever. I guess Golden Blade's okay, but she has decent clear. Maybe it means you just don't have to use abilities too much to clear. I don't hate the Golden Blade. I don't know why you're going Warrior Tabby when you're going Golden Blade, though. This should probably be Ninja Tabby. Devils. Katana, Rage. Okay, this is terrible. Don't do this. The Golden Blade I think is okay. Toxic Blade is obviously alright. Mantle is okay. Devos don't. Rage as your only crit item. Like, Rage is specifically an item you go with another crit item, not as your only one. Katana, I don't think you need it. This is kind of Papega, dude. Bludgeon, Scourge. You level below null before you level the 1. I want to... Devourer's Gauntlet will help keep you in the fight longer and help minimize base returns. No. Don't do that. Rage will increase damage exponentially. Yeah, with another crit item, and also not on Bologna. Yeah, this one's a bit Papega, dude. I think I was looking at some of like the better guides on the front page. Okay, we found a Sobek one, patch 8.1. So this is going to be a season 8 guide. Let's have a quick peek at this one. Starting off well, I think this is going to be the best support item. So yeah, good start. Reinforced shoes is fine. There's a lot of options you can do in support. You can go to Laria, you can go cooldown boots if you want to be more aggressive. But yeah, Reinforced Shoes is a good typical option. Stunner Binding, quite good on Sobek. He has 2 immediate ways to proc it. Sovereignty is good. You're missing a Thebes, really, though. Relic Tiger is fine. Pribwin, I don't think you need on Sobek. It's a bit weird because Pribwin doesn't go off when you submerge. It goes off when you come back up. So it's not that great. If it went off when you submerge, it would be good, actually, because you could ult for safety and then get that shield. But I don't think it's going to be that good. Shell, Blink. I really don't think you need Blink on Sobek unless you're kind of memeing. I would rather see a different supportive relic here, like maybe a Sprint or something like that. Pluck Focus. Okay, so I guess his thought process here is with the Pluck Focus, you go Spirit Robe in case you miss a Pluck and get Hearty Seed, and then you're kind of safe. I kind of like that. Thebes, this should be in this build also. Either after the binding or before the binding. Thebes is just insanely good. 300 health, 60 of each procs for you, 10 for your teammates. Combine that with the Sentinel's Embrace as well. Thebes is just a really stat efficient item. It's the reason to play support almost. You definitely should have it in like all your builds. Relic Tiger good as well. Pribwin, once again, I would take this away. Probably replace Pribwin with just like a Mantle. Like, that's totally fine. Like, replace Pribwin with Mantle in both these builds. Once again, Blink Shell, I will probably change the Blink. Yep, Leveling Order is fine. And he's got like a small bit of guide here as well, but we're mainly looking at the builds. Okay, this is an arena build, but I guess it's still going to apply to Conquest. You build a little differently in arena, I guess. You don't really need like an optimized build in arena. Arena's just like hop in and do whatever the hell you want. If you're not building optimally, it's probably not going to matter. But let's give it a go. Core in order. The rest of the item order is under the ability section for whatever reason. Okay. She's a focus, Deso. Magus on Scylla isn't really that great. She doesn't have like a wide-hitting like kind of poke that she can use to like apply this very easily. The only real benefit you're getting from this is like extra damage on your 2 or your ult. But like for 7.5% increased damage on your ult or your 2, it's not really worth going for, and that's the only application for it. So I don't think Magus is good on Zilla. I would just go Deso. Final build. Okay, so he's sold his boots for, I assume, Shard. Yeah, so I don't think you need the double pen. The Soul Gem is okay, but not amazing. I would maybe replace that with Poly or something. Reaver is good, obviously. Tahui is good. Correct Relics. Overall, it's not too bad. Like, I think I will replace the Soul Gem maybe with Poly, as I said. Spirit of the Magus doesn't need to be there. That can be Divine if you want to, or it can be another situational item. It can be Chronos Pendant. It could be whatever you want, really. Leveling Order is... Why are you leveling Sentinel here? You're not forced to level a point in your 3 there, are you? I'm not crazy. Like, you're never forced to level a point into your 3 until right at the end, I'm pretty sure. Like, you can max your 1 and your 2 before you ever have to put a point in the 3. Yes, I don't know why this is here. That should be shoved back. I think... Yeah, you're supposed to take Crush... Yeah, why is he not level... What? This is so weird. With Scylla, what you want to do is you want to level normally like this. 1, 2, 3... Wait, he gets his ult at level 4. This guy's hacking, dude. Okay, I assume he's just messed a couple of things up here. You should go like 1, 2, 3, 4 is the second point in Crush, then you level up at 5. And then you go Crush, Crush, point skip, Crush ult. Because then you can have rank 2 ult and also have Crush at rank 5 for the extra damage and also for the extra power from your passive. You want to be like maxing out your abilities and stuff like that. And I don't know why he's like leveling Sentinel here. You'll be making sure you're maxing the 1 or the 2 and all that kind of stuff is especially important on Scylla. I guess he's just like explaining the build or something like that. Okay, he does have an alternate build here that does include Polynomicon. This is a lot better. He has the 1 pen item, which is Divine or will be Deso if they don't have healing. The Poly I like, the Pendant I like. This is a much better build. This is actually optimal, I think. This is probably what you want on Scylla for the late game. You've got your tank killing items, Shard and Reaver, you've got your flat pen, you've got your big power from Road to Hooty. Poly is really good on Scylla because it allows your 1 auto attack 2 to like kind of one-shot people instead of leaving them quite low. Pendant, obviously fine. Yeah, so this build is very good. This is probably exactly what I will build on Scylla, but it's not the build he put up here, which is a bit weird. But overall, not too bad. I'll give that one like a 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10 maybe. But that's going to be it from me for this one. I've been recording for like almost 40 minutes now. It won't be that long on the video. I'll cut some of it out, some of the boring bits or some of the like changing from guide to guide and stuff like that. So it won't be that long on the YouTubes, but I've been recording for quite a while now. This was fun though. I enjoy exploring SMITEFIRE builds because, like I said, I think at the start of the video, you get some ridiculous stuff like that Bologna one that was complete terrible, but then you get some good stuff like this Medusa one was very good. Like really, really well formatted and stuff like that. The builds were pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. And yeah, let me know if you want me to do this again, because these are pretty easy for me to do. They're pretty fun, and you guys seem to enjoy them a lot as well. So if you do want to see any more SMITEFIRE build ratings, or any other Smite sites in general, like if you have any specific sites you want me to check out in a video, then let me know down below, and I will catch you guys later. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.